Is your business running on dreams or goals? So this week, guys, I'm talking about goals. And we all know goals have an end, a due date. We can dream, but dreaming can only get us so far. And what is really pushed me to this is I was listening to a couple episodes of one of my favorite podcasts, and the host was talking about dreams versus goals. And he wasn't just talking about business goals. He was talking about any type of goal that you set. I want to take that out of play and just talk about dreams versus goals. A dream is, I want to earn $50,000 a month. Great. How are you going to do it? And when are you going to do it by? That would make it a goal, a due date, an end result. And the thing that really resonated with me was not just the dream is this thing in the air, poof, but the goal, making an aggressive goal for yourself. Dream the goal. So let's go back to that goal. I want to earn $50,000 a month. Okay. By the end of December 31st, 2025, I want to start earning $50,000 a month. So you put that goal down. Now you've got yourself a runway. Now, how do you actually take the dream, turn it into a result, which would be your goal, which would ultimately be putting $50,000 a month in your bank account? The only way I know how to do this is very simply, you've got to put the time and effort in. And it boils straight back to what we've been talking about for weeks, is being consistent and persistent in the actions in your business that will generate revenue. If you're being distracted with all the noise that's going on in your world today, cell phone calls, text messages, emails, we all get bombarded with them. I think the guy, I've read his book, and I think his name is Dan Cantrell. I'm pretty sure that's his name, Dan Cantrell. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it is. But he talks about being hyper-focused. And he said in one of his books, and again, I can't remember his book name. I'll find it. I'll link it. But he says there's two people in the world that can get a hold of him immediately: his wife and his assistant. Everybody else is off limits because he uses his time to be very focused on the aspects of his business. He just has a very hyper sense of, I'm going to get crap done today, and I'm not going to let people distract me. So how does that play into our lives? I get distracted at times. I'm sitting here in front of my computer, I'm doing work, and I see things pop up on social media. And I try to stay focused on what I'm working on, and I get distracted. Or I get a text message, sets me off in another direction because it's a fire, or I need to respond. I think I have to respond to somebody very quickly. What would happen to your dream when it can become a goal and then become reality if we take all the distractions away from us on a daily basis, to where we do not pay attention to all the noise? Maybe it starts out very simply in the morning. You don't jump on your phone immediately and get right into social media and write an email. Why not have some type of routine that you're able to clear your mind, get your day centered, understand what you have to do to get the job done? Could that change your outcome? Can it change your path towards really accomplishing that goal a lot sooner than you think? I know if I'm hyper focused and I'm working on things that are going to generate me revenue down the road, those items will come to fruition. Now, can something fall out? Sure. But as long as I'm actually paying attention to what needs to be done and I'm taking the steps to get the deals closed, If we sit and stay unfocused on what needs to be done on a daily basis, and then we wish and we dream and we hope that we're going to make that $50,000, if you're not taking actions to get there, how do you expect to achieve that goal? And again, guys, we've covered this on prior episodes. Go back and listen to a few episodes. We talk about goal setting and also achievement. And then the last piece in this is the instant gratification. We live in that type of society. And I would boil that into and move it into distraction, because we set a goal and we expect that goal to happen tomorrow. And maybe let's go back to the $50,000 a month goal. In 6 months, is that too soon? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as an example. If you already have a base, and let's say you're making $15,000 to $20,000 a month, so you're basically saying you want to pretty much double your revenue, a little bit more than double your revenue. If you have a runway and a system put together to where you can actually generate the leads that'll get you there, then great, you're there. But if you're just arbitrarily pulling a number out of the sky and saying, okay, this is what I want to do, you got to have a system and a plan in place. God doesn't reward the people that just sit on the sideline and just do nothing and say, okay, I want to be a millionaire, and he gives them $1 million. No, you've got to put the work, you got to put the time in, you got to go through the storms. I've been through several, and did I think that I could actually get through them? No, I really didn't. I really thought I was gonna fail, just because they were so strong and they just beat me up, consistently beat me up. And I didn't know if there was going to be an end in sight or not. But when you have goals and you stay consistent, and yes, it's okay to get knocked down. It's okay to have a pity party, but you can't stay in that pity party. You've got to get out of it, and you've got to get back up and go. But faith will get you over that finish line. Faith will get you through that storm. Faith and God will not let your boat sink. I ask God to give me the strength and wisdom to get through these storms, to bless me with his knowledge so I can actually grow the business, so I can actually become a better servant, so I can serve others. That is so rewarding. And I know we're off topic, but that's part of a goal. Because the more I put in and the more I put out, the more I share with others. I have more to give, not just in time and money. It could be time, money, and resources. It starts basically adding up. You're just cha-ching, 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 and it just keeps on going. You could be making very little and still give back to other people. But when your fruits of your labor manifest and come through your faith, then there's so much more that you can actually do for others. And that's the best rewarding aspect of this life that I'm in, is I want to be able to bless and help others. If you have a dream, it has to translate into a goal. And that goal has to have an end date. It has to have some type of runway to get there. If you want to use SMART goals, great. But you also got to be able to be consistent, persistent, and tune out the noise in the world. Turn your phone off for 2 or 3 hours a day to stay focused on the tasks that are going to make you money. Stay safe and stay healthy.